Good Saturday morning to you all. Hopefully you guys are doing great. Hopefully you got your coffee going. We got another Watchmen update. All right, North Korea popping off out there. Turkey issuing an arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister over Gaza. This is a big deal. And the U.S. Air Force One base attacked with a package that injures multiple airmen. This is seeming like a direct attack on the president. We're not sure yet. China launching its third aircraft carrier, and U.S. airports snarling with over 1,000 flights canceled, and it's about to get even worse. And free-range chickens are now illegal in certain places, for health reasons. We got that and a whole lot more. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates. If you have something to share, make sure you use the word update somewhere in your comment. That does get it to the right place. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They've been sponsoring these updates for over 3 years now. They believe in what we're doing. They believe in being prepared. And one of the easiest ways that you can be prepared is to take funds that you already have, like in your retirement account, to buy precious metals. This can help you be more resilient without actually having to cost you necessarily anything out of pocket. If you'd like to find out more how you can use your retirement funds in order to buy precious metals, click on the link at the end of the video, or you can always reach out to Genesis Gold Group. Make sure you do mention this channel so they do waive your setup fee. All right, North Korea. They decided to fire a ballistic missile towards the Sea of Japan. At least one ballistic missile. Not fully confirmed on exactly how many, but at least one. The South Korean military has confirmed this, and it's just days after United States Secretary of War Pete Hegseth visited South Korea for annual security talks. So big deal there. North Korea is like, hey, pay attention to us too. How many ballistic missile tests does it take to actually make a ballistic missile that works? Well, maybe they should ask Iran for a little bit of help. I don't know. The country of Turkey has issued a genocide arrest warrant against Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. This is a major escalation. Turkey is a major regional power. They have the largest standing army in the Middle East. It's a big deal. They've been having a little tiff with Israel back and forth over Gaza, and it looks like it's just escalated significantly further. The Fujian, China's third aircraft carrier. This is the second that they've built themselves. They have a Russian one that they retrofitted that the United States, in its foolishness, allowed them to purchase. Then they tried replicating that exact same design into a local aircraft carrier. Both of those have ski jumps, which are not that effective for launching fighter and bomber aircraft. This new one, the Fujian, actually has the EMALS system, the electromagnetic launch system. That is a big deal because only one other aircraft carrier in the world has that, which is the USS Gerald R. Ford. Now, the United States has had a whole bunch of glitches with it and has had a hard time getting the system to work. Well, China just launched an aircraft carrier with it, and we'll see if they can work out the bugs in the system. But if they do, I think it's pretty obvious that in this area they have surpassed the United States as well. We have to come to terms with it. China and some of its allies are surpassing the United States in technology. Russia has more advanced missile technology than the United States does, and China has more advanced, will soon have more advanced aircraft carrier design features. That doesn't mean that their systems work better than us. It does mean that they are slowly crawling past us while the United States is literally standing still. Spain will confine poultry to indoors. Yeah, think of it as lockdowns. This is for bird flu or avian influenza. This was issued just a couple days ago in response to the escalating cases. The Agricultural Ministry said this just yesterday. Free-range poultry farming will be banned in these zones starting November 10th. So backyard chicken flocks in Spain, yeah, illegal. They're banned except for exceptional cases, whatever that means. It must be like politicians who happen to have egg layers. No end date has been set. No big surprise there. Government policies that go into effect, how often do they actually sunset? Rarely. Hundreds of flights cut across the United States yesterday due to Democrat government shutdown. The 4% of flights from 40 airports went into effect yesterday. This basically meant about 1,700 flights were canceled, and this is going to happen every day until we get to Tuesday, when it's going to go up to 6%. And then mid-month, which is not too far away, it's going to go up to 10%. Now, when it's 10%, that's going to be about 4,400 flights per day canceled. That's going to be devastating. Some of the airports affected by this: Atlanta, Newark, Denver, Chicago, Houston, and Los Angeles. So we're not talking about just rural type airports. We're talking about major hubs. This is due to air traffic controllers as well as TSA agents just not getting paid for over a month. It's hitting hard. All right, multiple airmen falling ill after suspicious package opened at Air Force One base, Joint Base Andrews. This suspicious package was delivered to Maryland on Thursday and caused at least 7 people to fall ill and to be taken to the hospital. The package was delivered with a powdery substance that is still being identified. Yeah, we're going back to that again. Isn't that, thought we left that behind, mailing suspicious packages with powdery substances that end up injuring and getting people very sick. Linda says, Idaho, disappointing day. We had a Medicare wellness visit today, but I was warned not to say anything about problems or concern, or else I would be charged $35. What's the point of a wellness checkup if you can't talk to them about any of the problems that you have? I don't know what the point then is. So it's let's pressure seniors not to say anything in order for them not to get charged with money. All right, then Walmart home delivery was missing 1 bottle of makeup, 4 cans of pumpkin, 1 $20 roast beef. Learned that they use third-party drivers and not their own staff. Driver got my $10 tip, even though all that stuff was missing. Oh, and their pearl barley was $10 a box. Didn't buy any of that. Welcome to the new world. Being charged for stuff that you don't even get is super, super frustrating. And I know a lot of you guys are stocking up for the holidays. You're stocking up for Thanksgiving. Some of you guys having trouble finding things like pumpkin, and some of you guys not being able to find deals on turkey. It is getting increasingly hard to find a good deal on basically anything out there anymore. It's a new world, but I don't think any of us really like it all that much. All right, Jeff says, Utah went to Walmart yesterday and had to park far out. I saw 2 guys sitting in the car next row. As I loaded my car, one guy got out. I turned around and stared at him. He acted like he was wiping his trunk off, then got back in. I wonder if he ended up robbing anyone. We're getting a number of reports of people robbing people in parking lots at grocery stores. So please, please, please keep your head on a swivel and seriously consider partnering up with somebody. We got a couple more reports here about something along those lines as well. Big Blue says, Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, I went to our local giant food store to buy a chuck roast, which I used to make stew or soup. It's now $13.99 a pound. I passed on buying it, and now I'm glad that I bought Keystone ground beef before. Beverly says, I went to Burger King the other day. My order came to $9.70. I gave them a $20 bill. They gave me $10 and change. I said, you owe me 30 cents, which wouldn't we all, right? They said they don't give change back. The receipt says that they gave it all to me. What's up with that? Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where you can start wondering the question of, are they shorting their taxes, right? If they're saying and reporting that they only received $9.70, but they actually took in $10 at the drive-through, you just got to wonder what they're putting on their tax forms to the IRS. Some might even consider that tax fraud. And if you report them to the IRS, you might actually get a bonus for that. I don't know. As a tax guy and an accountant, I know that I don't like the IRS at all, but I also don't like getting shorted on change, right? Or people or businesses especially cheating the system. Let me know what you guys think down below. Is that kind of like one of those things that I would never rat somebody out to the IRS, or is it kind of like, you know, if you want to play dirty, we'll play dirty. Bobbitt Hill Homestead says, upstate New York, was in Hannaford today, the store, for weekly grocery shopping. Low stock in milk and in the egg displays. Shelf space for Hannaford bread, read the cheaper brand, items continues to be decreased in favor of name brand items. Basic pantry items like canned goods, rice, boxed potatoes, pastas are all really low in supply and didn't appear to be restocked. Stores here have been quiet despite the SNAP and the EBT cards not being loaded. Now they've been loaded now, and it looks like they're going to be getting, I think, 60% of what they normally do. Anyway, but I also noticed the store was little light in customers. A lot of seniors with small carts and one bag of groceries. Everyone, including us, seem to be spending a lot less and sticking to bare essentials these days. Signs of the times. Urban Ranger says, Springfield, Missouri, bought a drink at CVS on Kansas near Kearney, near I-44. Cashier had very little change and asked me if I would take 1 penny less in total. I did. She looked around as if the manager was coming to bring her more change, but the drawer was almost completely empty of change. I left my 56 cents on the counter for the next guy. This was 11:30 a.m. On Thursday, the 6th of November. Also at Lowe's Republic, Missouri, they are asking to round up all the way to the nearest dollar. She asked me if I would round up. I didn't realize she was going to do the whole 25 cents. The tic-tac-toe boards in the sky are non-stop since the 20th of October here, always trying to block the sun. All these chemicals are putting chemicals in our food, they're putting chemicals in the air. Is it any wonder that the life expectancy of Americans is decreasing while most of the world's life expectancy is increasing? It used to be math scores that the United States has fallen behind on. Now it's life expectancy. It's truly troubling. We need to take a hard look at what we're doing as a country for sure. Fourth Bruce in the Wilderness says, I used to work at an ice company full-time for 26 years in Wheeling, West Virginia. And they used ammonia oil to run the ice plant. It's some really nasty stuff when it leaks out. It instantly takes away your breath and burns your eyes. It doesn't permanently blind you, but it's like chopping onions. That place was 5-generation owned company, but eventually sold out to Home Ice in 2017. Not too many mom and pop family-owned stores or businesses anymore these days. Everything's owned by a corporation and by billionaires these days, seems. Delta says, keep an eye on the donations you make to your food pantry until the food is shelved. My husband and I were at a local food pantry in northwest Montana where an individual grabbed the bags of the canned goods we donated and started to head out the front door. I caught up to him and yelled at him to bring that food back. He did. I was really mad. Yeah, I mean, make sure you're actually donating it to the people that are running the food pantry and not just some random people walking by, right? People just have no boundaries anymore to their actions and there's just no consequences. And that's something that we've just been noticing over the years is that there just never seems to be any consequence for these people. And then they act badly. If you did that to your children, it would be understandable that your children would be misbehaving, right? If there's never any consequences. Susan says, first time ever in my life I have seen this near where I live. I was grocery shopping yesterday. I shop at Giant store in central Pennsylvania in a good and safe area. As I was leaving, I watched a young man attempting to sell Kit Kat bars for money in the vestibule. It freaked me out immediately. Not the young man himself, but it freaked me out because it reminded me of my grandparents telling me about the Great Depression, how people would sell apples, candy, or whatever they could on the street for money. I never carry more than $10 on me, but I think I'll carry some $5 and $10 to donate to people for Christmas. This guy didn't look like a drug addict or anything. He just really seemed like he needed money. We are in troubling times. I wish all the politicians would be working for American citizens' well-being instead of for everyone else's. Please do keep your reports coming in. We got this important one here. Madam K, Northeast Wisconsin. This is Appleton, Wisconsin. My sister said here and her and her son, Andy, went to Walmart. A woman followed them to the car and said, you need to give me half your groceries, as she stuck her hand in a bag and pulled out their bread. Andy grabbed it from her and said, go buy your own. The woman started yelling her kids were hungry and you white people need to help me. Helen, my sister, gave her an address for the food pantry. The woman said, no, you're gonna give me half your food. Andy put the groceries in the back seat, blocking her from taking any. This woman just wouldn't leave as they tried to back out of the parking space. Andy had to get out, picked up the woman, and my sister was able to finally pull out. Helen is still shook up, and this happened on Monday, the 3rd. Go in pairs. My sister has panic attacks and won't go to the store now. Really shook her up. I said, I warned you, people are gonna go crazy. And indeed they have, friends. Indeed they have. Please be safe out there. Please do keep your reports coming in. If you have something to share, make sure you use that word update. All right, friends, if you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right there on the screen. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.